Have you ever met a woman and something just feels off, but you can't quite explain it? You start questioning yourself. Let me save you the doubt, brother. There are certain behaviors that scream, I'm a narcissist. And if you know what to look for, you'll save yourself years of confusion, pain, and damage.
Welcome to the Narc Free Man Podcast.
Welcome back to the Narc Free Man Podcast. I'm Philip Dugas. In this episode, we are unpacking it all. We're going to talk about the subtle red flags and how female narcissist talks, the energy she brings into a room, the way she handles being told no, and I'll share a few DMs from some anonymous men who are in these situations. So let's dive in. Narcissistic women don't come at you with a warning label. They come with charm, sex appeal, fake empathy, and a spotlight on you like you're the greatest thing that's ever happened to them. But underneath that charm, it's all about control. Now, here's what screams narcissist right out of the gate. She'll overshare trauma with you within the first hour, or she'll tell you she's never met someone like you by the second date, or she'll talk nonstop about her ex being abusive, but she takes zero accountability. She'll mirror everything you say so you think she's your soulmate. That's not connection, that's a trap. Here's a DM I'll read from a guy who was in this situation. He said, I met this woman who said all the right things. She said I was different, but a month in, it turned into guilt trips, emotional outbursts, and me walking on eggshells. And then he realized she did not love me. It was all fake. So this is exactly what love bombing is. It's the bait. The hook is control. And if you bite, you are in for hell. Here's another sign she's a narcissist. She never fights fair. If you tell her no or bring up a boundary, she'll call you controlling. If you express a need, she says you are too emotional. If you calmly explain how you feel, she explodes, cries, or flips the script until you are the villain. Here's another DM I'll read from a guy who said, every time I calmly tried to tell her something upset me, she'd scream, cry, then tell all her friends I was the abuser. She even said I was emotionally manipulating her. So I started recording our conversations just to keep my sanity. So I told him, look, you're not crazy. She just refuses accountability. Narcissists weaponize emotion to maintain power. Now, if you want to know what truly exposes a narcissistic woman, say no. That's it. Tell her, no, I don't want to go to that event, or no, I'm not comfortable with that. No, I need some space. And watch her unravel. Narcissists don't hear no as a boundary. They hear it as betrayal. And that's when the real mask slips. Another guy DM'd me recently and told me that I told her I needed space for one night and didn't text her back for a few hours. She showed up at my apartment banging on the door, called me like 47 times, then started messaging every girl I followed on Instagram saying I was abusive. So control, obsession, smear campaign, classic narcissist reaction to being denied access to your energy. Now let's talk about something deeper here. Emotional sabotage. A narcissistic woman will make you feel guilty for having confidence. She'll mock your goals, belittle your work, undermine your role as a father, call you names in private, but post couple selfies in public. She builds you up just enough to keep you around, then tears you down to make sure you don't leave. Let me read you another DM a guy sent in. He said, she used to say I was her rock. Now she rolls her eyes when I talk about my business, says things like, oh, that's stupid, or no one cares about your ideas. So he said, I started feeling dumb even for dreaming. Look, guys, if that's your situation, that's not love. That's control, because real love celebrates your wins. Narcissists destroy them to keep you small. Now here's what else screams narcissist. She slowly isolates you. She starts subtle. Like, why do you talk to your mom so much? Then it's your friends are a bad influence on you. And before you know it, you have got no one in your corner. Why? Because the fewer people you trust, the more she controls your reality. Another guy DM'd me recently and told me that she told me my brother didn't respect our relationship and was trying to sabotage us. I believed her, cut him off for 2 years. Turns out he was the only one who saw through her from the beginning. Isolation is a power tactic. Narcissists remove anything that might threaten their control over you. It's funny because, well, not funny, but Satan's tactic is isolation as well. He wants you isolated and alone so he can attack. Now, let me leave you with this, brother. When a woman can't be wrong or flips every argument into an attack on you, melts down when you set a boundary, sabotages your confidence, controls who you talk to, and makes you question your own mind, she's not just toxic. She's not just insecure. She's not just dramatic. She's a narcissist. And the more you explain yourself or defend yourself and try to love her into changing, the more trapped you become. But here's the good news. The second you recognize these signs, you have the power to choose differently. You don't need her to change. You need you to wake up. So stop giving your energy to people who use love as a weapon and start building your exit strategy. And if you need help doing that, then check out my ebook called How to Leave a Female Narcissist: 9 Clear Steps to Walk Away from Her Forever. You can grab your copy today from my website, philipcdugas.com, and I will also link it down below in the description for you. So until next time, my brother, stay strong and stay narc free.